It is award season. It is a sports banquet season, which is why Nanaimo is playing host tonight to Mira, who has your sports report, beginning with some sad news, Maya.
Yeah, Hudson, we're going to talk a little bit about the sports awards, obviously. The hardware is being put out, the banners being hung up in just a moment. But we do start with some very sad and shocking news from the sports community, the Canadian sports community. Canadian Sports Centre Pacific Vice President Gord Slievert died suddenly last night in a Montreal hotel room while he was working with the London-bound 2012 swim team.
We are all still in shock and saddened by his sudden passing. Gord will be fondly remembered for his dedication to the advancement of high-performance sport across British Columbia and Canada. We have lost a close friend, a beloved leader, and a supportive mentor. His passion, energy, and determination to push sport in Canada to new heights will surely define his legacy. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family at this time.
Well, Dr. Slievert was the vice president of the Canadian Sports Centre Pacific and had been with them since 2003. He was instrumental in designing the Sport Innovation Research Lab at the Pacific Institute for Sport Excellence at Camosun College's interurban campus. He was constantly searching for new methods and technology that would allow Canadian athletes to perform at the highest level. Gord helped put together the CSC's performance team that is made up of individuals that shared his vision of putting athletes on the podium. He is survived by his wife and 3 children and a sports family that stretches across the country.
I feel like Gord was the type of person who he wanted to take all the pressures on and to take it off the athletes, you know, so we didn't have to think about where we would go and do weights or where we could train. He set that all up for us, and you know, he was a huge part in getting Pisces built, and you know, it saddens everyone in the diving family today, as well as in the sport family.
The tributes poured in all afternoon by Dr. Slievert's colleagues and athletes. Olympic gold medalist and silver medalist Simon Whitfield emailed this statement from New Zealand, where he's training for the 2012 Olympic Games. Simon says, Dr. Slievert will be missed. I'm a little speechless, to be honest. He was a very popular man who worked very hard for others. He not only had a passion for high-performance sport, but for the people involved, the athletes, his colleagues, and most importantly, his family, who, come to think of it, always came up when speaking with Gord. He was very, very proud of his children. And Beijing 2008 rowing Olympic gold medalist Adam Creek sent this in. Gord's death is a shock to all of us. Devastating. Athletes on the West Coast benefited greatly from Gord's drive to maximize human physiology and his knowledge of how high-performance sports systems work. We will miss him. So some very sad news to start with, especially heading into the Olympics that are just not too far away, but that's why life is so important, and having nights of celebration and recognizing accomplishments like we are doing here tonight, Bruce Hunter, these are also very important. Congratulations on another great year.
Thank you. Yes, it was another good year. Again, our coaches and athletes have come through, and VIU's been the top program again in BC, so it's been a great year.
Okay, this is getting old already.
It is a little bit. We're at 6 years now. Maybe at 10 we'll call it a dynasty, but at 6 we're doing pretty well. All
right, 6 years and 6 league titles to show for this year.
Yes, yeah, it's been another very good year for all of us.
All right, and what did you win provincials?
Provincials, we won both men's soccer and women's volleyball, and then women followed that up with a national gold at home just a couple weeks ago, and the men's soccer got the bronze medal in Quebec City in November. So a couple of national banners and a couple of provincial titles and an overall title again.
How about hosting the nationals and then having the women win here on their home court?
Oh yeah, it was very special. In fact, it was only the 3rd time it's happened in the history of the CCAA that the home team has won at home. Our gym was packed and it was a great atmosphere. It was really fun to have the girls win at home.
And we've been coming to this awards banquet for many years. It's nice to meet the athletes and mingle with the athletes. They're fantastic at their sport, but they're also really good people and smart people.
They are. Yeah, it's a very good group we had. Again, in BC, we had the most scholar athletes of any school in BC again this year. So yeah, they've done very well in the classroom, very well on the court. It's been another great year.
All right. Thank you very much, Bruce. Of course, Hudson, I have the pleasure of hosting the night's events tonight, so I'll hit the podium a little later on, but we're going to have more sports here from one of the graduating athletes coming up during a Vancouver Island report.
All right, Mara, thank you.
You're welcome.
See you then. Another great season for athletics at Vancouver Island University, and it's awards night at the Coast Bastion Inn, where Mira Laurence is standing by. Maya.
Yeah, Yes, Hudson, we'll talk a bit about the awards banquet in just a moment. We have the captain, Tamara Rosenlund, from the women's national volleyball team standing by. But I do have to start with some sad news from the world of sports. Dr. Gord Slievert, the vice president of the Canadian Sports Centre Pacific, died suddenly yesterday evening. He was in Montreal doing some work with the 2012 London-bound swim team. Gord Slievert was just 48 years old and a big supporter of amateur sports, and we are celebrating amateur sports here. And Tamara, you know, when you think about how fragile life is, it's good to have nights like this where you can look back on accomplishments, and you guys certainly went out and accomplished a whole heck of a lot this year.
Yeah, definitely we did. Finishing up on an end like this is absolutely amazing, and it is great to put that in perspective and take nights like this. Don't take them for granted, for sure.
All right, 5 years on the VIU hardwood. You started your career with the national championship. You ended it with a national championship. I mean, that's perfect scripting.
I know. I can't believe it. I can, but it is amazing. You know, you obviously hope for that. You hope for 5 wins. I got 2 out of 5, which is amazing, and I really couldn't ask for anything better to finish my career here.
And the Rosenlund dynasty is going to live on. I understand you've recruited your younger sister Megan to the program.
Yeah, that's right. You know, fresh out of high school, she's a really good player, and she had a couple other options, but you know, this is a really great program, a great school, and I hope all the best for them next year. I'll be on the sidelines for sure, cheering them on.
How did the whole VIU experience mold you into the person you are today?
That's a great question. I think without coming here, I would be a completely different person than I am now. You know, moving away from home, being able to play a sport while being in school is an amazing experience, and I would hope that any athlete or anyone would be able to do the same thing that I did. Such a great team cohesion and all of that melting into school. So it was really, really just great overall 5 years.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Tamara. We're going to have a really great night here tonight, Hudson. I have to hit the podium and get the program underway. Jordan will have highlights from this event tonight for CTV News at 11.
All right, my thanks. You get busy. Have fun.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.